Morning is a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Would you believe it? What a beautiful day out there. Good morning. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. Alongside me, Alex Nafusi.
Hey, what's up, man? Good morning.
Hey, we're just starting a little earlier, Alex, but you're okay.
I'm fine. I got stuck in the line at Tim Hortons.
Everyone was getting coffee in front of you or something.
It's hard to get out of those lines, too.
It is when there's a car in front of you, behind you. I was panicking, man.
They always order the whole menu when they're in front of
I was like
me.
Ron Burgundy running here, man. I was flying here.
Good job. Way to be on time. Hey, there's Dan Dubinsky from Skyward Realty, downtown Royal Oak. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, guys.
Thanks for joining us on a gorgeous day, October 10th, 2015. A lot of college football in the year. Of course, U of M kicking it off at 3:30. You might be on your way up there now to tailgate. Why not start having some fun, enjoying this beautiful day? And tonight, Alex, your home team, Michigan State versus Rutgers. So keep it here on 97.1, the ticket all day long. I know following our show, we got Pat Caputo and others. I think Kyle's out there. I think Kyle's out there with them this morning out in Ann Arbor. It's going to be a lot of fun. The purchases are just happening. I mean, it's been gorgeous out there. A lot of information's coming in from what's taking place at the end of the summer that purchases have been up. More and more people are definitely positioning themselves to become homeowners. A lot of reasons why. Of course, some of them dipped their toes into maybe checking out renting in the area and quickly found out that they're going to be throwing their money out the window.
Yeah, we've talked about it all the time. There's just so many more reasons to be a purchaser than a renter. And, the only reason you would potentially look at renting is the length of time you're going to be living here. If you know you're in here for a short period of time, maybe it's not the best reason to be a purchaser. But with the benefits, the tax benefits, and just you see it when people buy a home. They have the feel about them, the look about them, that there's pride of ownership. And they start going and putting their wood chips in and making the place look good. It makes people feel good about themselves. Really
Yeah,
does.
definitely. Building some strong communities.
Danny, I've got, I think, 4 or 5 purchases right now in process with your office.
Oh, great.
And, you guys are really, they're straightforward, they're straight shooters. And, I have a client right now with, I'm not going to say the agent's name, or the client, but, she's $6 off. She's supposed to be below $1,000 a month. And the payment's it's $1,006.
Right.
I'm like, dude, if $6 a month makes or breaks you, you got to rent. But where I'm going with this is that you want to talk about the rent prices in Royal Oak. You're not renting for $1,000 a month.
Oh, no.
In Royal Oak, Berkeley, Clawson, unless you're getting you're getting 800 square feet in a lower level duplex.
Well,
if you're lucky.
Yeah, investors are buying rental properties to make money. So they're getting their mortgage on it, right? They're probably putting 20% down because it's investment property, but they are cash flowing. And that is and for investors out there, that's what you want to do. As long as you're cash flowing, you're good. And the biggest downfall of owning rental properties is the vacancy period. If you have a lot of vacancy period, it can kill any of your profit.
Yeah, you got to definitely manage those properties. It's not for a rookie. You got to learn a thing or two about it. Usually most families or individuals start off with 1 or 2 rental homes. They've had some success with them, and they're able to parlay that into some other units.
Let me tell you, dude. I mean, if you want to get in, and everyone wants to be a landlord, everyone wants to be a flipper, but be a landlord and all that. Let me tell you, man. When I first got my first duplex and I was doing it myself, I was miserable handling that. I mean, you get calls for the lights out in the kitchen.
Well, I attribute it to some of the shows on HGTV where they show you how it looks really easy on those shows, right?
Of course it does.
What they don't add in there is commissions, transfer tax, title insurance. They don't add those costs.
Those are all scripted shows. Those aren't really real.
I don't really watch them.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
I watch them
Saturday nights.
Do you watch the fancy ones in New York, like Manhattan Listing or whatever?
Occasionally I tune into those, but they're just more for the personalities. But in reality, buying real estate is the same. I don't care if you're buying a $50,000 house or a $5 million house, right? How you go about it. One, finding motivation of the seller. Making sure that all your ducks are in a row with the mortgage. All that kind of stuff is very important when you're looking at it. And it doesn't matter, again, the price range that you're in. And it really, you shouldn't be treated any differently either as a purchaser.
Well said. We are brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding, and I know people in the office all morning long. To get that approval letter, just call 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Again, 1-800-569-7283. Get the approval letter. start talking about interest rates. If you need some estimate worksheets worked up for you where we can give you a really great depiction of what the transaction is going to look like. Again, a lot of changes. The major changes happened last Saturday, which were implemented on Monday with TRID. The government has stepped in. CFPB does say they're going to be a little bit more lenient for the first 5 months, giving a little bit leniency for the first 5 months until the program is really set up. It's thrown out there. It's thrown out there. Yeah, the bill passed the other day.
I'll tell you what, we had a call from a bank, not a mortgage company, but a bank, telling us that we need to put 60 days into closing out. And I said, really, 60?
That's not a bad estimate, dude.
I agree.
60 is probably a little deep.
But here's the thing. We have competition on the offer, right? We have another offer again. So
There's my best buddy, Dan DeBensi. There's the realtor in him, comes back and says, there's a cash backup offer if we don't close in 2 weeks.
No cash backup offer, but we do have, and again, it's important for your agent to know, are you the only offer in, or are there multiple offers?
Here's the thing, though, buddy, is that...
And we don't have this deal secured. This is just putting the offers in.
I'm with you, man. Here's the thing, though. The new guidelines that passed, they affect everybody.
Right.
It's not just banks or mortgage bankers or brokers or whomever.
It wasn't industry standard, months ago, 30 days, right, is what we were all working
30 to 45 days?
Yeah, now I was thinking 45 days would be acceptable. Are you saying more than 60?
No, I mean, 60 is plenty, but I mean, I think 45 days is really going to be your standard time frame, because there's certain dates now that you have to get our clients' documents by, which I personally think is a good thing. I don't like at all when a client gets figures the day before closing. I would love to, if we're closing on Friday, I mean, you're laughing, but I mean, I'm dead serious.
Well, none of the figures really change. They can't. They haven't been able to change. There's no surprise party.
Right. No,
it gives the consumer an opportunity to look over the paperwork, be comfortable, ask the questions they have, and then they have a day or two to
So basically, in a nutshell, clients have to have docs three mail days or business days prior to closing on a transaction.
Right. So if you worked up the final package on Monday, Tuesday, you can close Thursday. So there you go. I mean, next week.
You got to think, man. The telecompanies want 48 hours to do their documents, which is so there's 2 days.
Right.
And then you get 3 days on top of that. I mean, you're tacking on 5 to 7 days to each transaction, which again, it's fine. But I mean, when you have a situation like you're talking about, where there's, we have multiple offers, this and this, dude.
This is a fact. If you don't call a local professional, have a local institution handling your transaction, you're going to have delays and problems double. There's no doubt about that. Actually, a vice president with Blackstone recently suggested that big banks could see delays in closing. And they're the ones who are going to be affected. The bigger banks, they're just not in touch.
Well, big banks take forever anyway.
Well,
to begin with.
That's what I'm saying. With this particular offer, it is a big bank. And that's what scares me here is that, hey, they've always seemed to drag their feet. They really do. And, I'm not going to name the names, but anytime I see a big name bank on there, it concerns me when they're getting a mortgage from.
Yeah, we'll definitely parlay this conversation into documentation and getting your ducks in a row up front. There's no doubt you need to have an approval letter up front, and it's a bona fide approval letter if you go to the right institution. If you come to Capital Mortgage Fund, if you go to real mortgage lenders, they'll take all of your documentation, not just the W-2. We need the full tax return. There's reasons why. Different things pop up on these tax returns. Again, W-2 doesn't always give us all the information. So you follow the protocol of these documents. Let's call them 6 to 8 documents for most families. Get those into your loan officer. You can do a whole approval, not a pre-approval, a whole approval. And of course, it's just contingent upon you finding that house. Why not have it all done so it's only subject to you moving forward with the appraisal and the title insurance and those items?
So you're going through with what underwriting would be asking for, and you know exactly when you send it into underwriting that it's going to be a done deal.
If there's some hair on a file, we can definitely take that one even further. Right. If someone had some issues in the past, we want to make sure we run it all the way through and that they're ready to go. I mean, we're going to give an approval letter. The real estate agents are going to be out there driving people. It's still over $2 a gallon of gasoline. You've got another seller. You've got agents. There's so many different people involved. This family better be ready to close in a timely fashion. Like you said, 30 to 45 days on the norm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, in closing dates, people always believe that closing date is a drop dead date. And, I've seen again and again in continuing ads and so forth, that closing date is a estimated time.
Are you taking yours now or are you still having Joe do it?
No, I'm taking it.
Okay.
Funny.
You got to start with everyone.
But if everyone's working forward and moving forward to the conclusion of getting that loan, that will still hold up in the court of law. So these drop dead dates, or they are not drop dead dates, these closing dates that people really believe they are.
Well, I mean, this is supposed to be fun. It really is. I mean, if you're enjoying the show, 248-539-9797. And, one of the cool things with you guys at Skyward is we generally end up being like buddies with our clients.
Yeah, we do.
man.
We have
I mean,
a good
I'm not
time.
saying we have to hang out forever, but I mean, it ends up being a good thing.
A personal relationship. After
Yeah,
time, you're only giving them everything. They show us everything.
Yeah, I mean, it ends up being fun, and the whole point of the transaction is you're getting a new house. I mean, you're stepping up. I mean, it's a good thing, man. And those dates on a purchase agreement, quite frankly, they mean nothing to me. You can put down we're closing October 14th. It doesn't matter, man. I mean, it's going to close, but don't tell me I missed the closing date. I mean,
That's
you
not
gotta
going to
build it.
happen.
You got building the 10-day inspection period and this and this and this. Listen, man, we're all on the same team. We're trying to make our clients happy. Let's just. I mean, I feel like it. It's like 03, 04, 05. It was like the Red Wings and the Avalanche between realtors and mortgage guys.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they like it was like pure like it was like always like controversial.
Button heads, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, and then when the market tanked, and mortgage guys had all the power. Then it kind of went back like then it was like, oh, we're going to all work together and all this. And now the property values are way back up. You haven't now it's kind of we're kind of losing that.
Well, that's what we look for.
Cohesive relationship.
Yeah, well,
man.
again, that's why we work well with each other because we understand we have a common goal in mind. It's to make the client get in the home and have an enjoyable time doing it. Right?
Yeah, the experience.
And, the reason we have realtors is not only to negotiate stuff, but we buffer some of the stuff that the clients don't need to hear.
All right, it's 9:09 this morning. If you just joined us, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. We take all your calls here live in the studio, 248-539-9797. No doubt about it, Americans went shopping for homes in August. The newest data showing best monthly figures in sales since February of 2008. Very encouraging signs as we continue the momentum. Definitely here in Southeast Michigan. We averted a strike the other day, which could have caused some havoc. Things are good. Automotive industry is moving in the right direction. That really affects us here with all the jobs. But there's job growth here. There's some wage increase here. We're not seeing enough of that across the country. But homes have definitely gone up in value, and the opportunities are out there. Again, 248-539-9797. If you want to join us, let's sneak our first call in if we have time here. We will go with Michael real quick. Good morning, Michael. You're live on the ticket.
Yeah, how you doing?
What's up, Mike?
Yeah, I got a foreclosure, in 2012, and my bankruptcy dropped off. And right now, my wife's credit score is at 800, and the house we have here in Detroit, we pay cash for it over in the East English Village. Great area. Right now, the market is going up. And I'll be retiring in a couple of years.
Awesome.
And by that time, hopefully I can get about 80. And like I said, my bankruptcy dropped off. So right now, my score is probably about a 687.
Okay.
So
Probably
in a
about
couple of
687.
how much issue would that foreclosure be if we decide to buy another home?
Well, it's definitely a big issue. What do so you're going to retire and you want to sell the house you're in now and then buy another house?
Yeah, once we get down to Alabama, because the house that she has is
licensed
really
there?
too low.
We can do that. Yeah, I mean, after a bankruptcy, was it Chapter 7 or Chapter 13?
It was in Chapter 7.
And there was a house in the bankruptcy too, so there's a foreclosure also, correct?
No.
no
The
house.
foreclosure was after.
Foreclosure was after the bankruptcy.
Yes.
Yeah, we're probably going to want to use just your wife on that one, man.
Yeah.
I mean, even though the bankruptcy has dropped off from my credit history.
It does. It's not dropped off, Michael, I promise. It's still
Yeah, there's a little bit of a waiting period. Mike, we're going to follow up your call.
Okay,
We
for sure,
appreciate you.
buddy.
248-539-9797. All your calls when we come back.
Facing divorce or custody issues? You need Adam. Visit them on the web and read some of the many testimonials from their satisfied clients at adamdivorcelaw.com. Adam will protect your rights. Call 248-356-ADAM.
Hi, Harry Glanz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
This October, win up to $500 in frightfully good free play during Halloween at MGM Grand Detroit. Earn 100 points on your M-Life card Sundays, October 4th through 18th. And you could take a stab at $500 to $500 in free play. It's a scream. Don't miss Halloween. Only at MGM Grand Detroit. Must be 21 or older. Visit the M-Life desk for details. Grand times ahead.
When you hit this buzzer, you better say something.
Your belly. Ostrich.
Boo-boo in the doghouse, Steve.
Boo-boo in the doghouse. Come on, say anything. Name something you fantasize your handyman will do.
Clean my pipes.
All right now. Let the church say amen. Amen again.
Catch it all new Family Feud. Weeknights starting at 7 on CBS 62.
In 1985, SelectQuote came up with a crazy idea. Comparison shop multiple life insurance companies for a customer's best price. No face-to-face meetings, no bias, just great rates from great companies. 30 years later, that idea doesn't seem so crazy. I'm Trudy Lum, a SelectQuote agent. Today, I found Tim, a healthy 35-year-old dad, a 10-year, $500,000 life insurance policy. His price? Under $19 a month. Since 1985, we've saved over 1 million families millions of dollars on life insurance. See how much you can save today.
Get your free quote now. Visit SelectQuote.com or call 1-800-700-6857. That's 1-800-700-6857. 1-800-700-6857. SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
ABC Warehouse beats all deals guaranteed. Right now, get a Hot Point extra large capacity washer and matching dryer for just $287 each. ABC Warehouse is the appliance giant, and they beat all deals on HD TVs guaranteed. Get a Vizio 60-inch LED 1080p smart TV for just $769 or less. See the entire sale ad online at abcwarehouse.com. ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale. Get to ABC Warehouse for the ultimate deals on appliances, HD TVs, mattresses, furniture, and more. Now through Saturday, get a Simmons Beauty Sleep Plush Queen mattress set, now just $497. Or get a Kloster Gallant 3-piece sectional with 3 chaise recliners in genuine blended leather, now just $1397. Plus, get no interest for 2 years. ABC Warehouse will not be undersold. The deals are always in the house. ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale.
At John Deere, we know you wouldn't buy a car without taking it for a spin. And it's, well, just a car. So you'll definitely want to get behind the wheel and test drive the John Deere S240 Sport. Equipped with a powerful V-twin engine and heavy-duty hydrostatic transmission. Available exclusively at your local John Deere dealer.
Visit D&G Equipment in Mason, Williamston, Corunna, Howell, Highland, Charlotte, and Rives Junction. Or visit myjohndeerdealer.com.
Do you want to learn how to earn commissions of up to 20% by laundering millions of foreign dollars?
Well, we can't help you with that. But among the many IT problems we solve, Barracuda's email security solutions keep email phishing attacks like this from entering your business network and any valuable data from leaking out. Reclaim your network like 150,000 other businesses have. To learn more about stopping email-borne threats, visit barracuda.com/email.
Can't get an open phone line? Use the Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge ticket text at 97136. It's always open. Don't overpay. Get into Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge today.
Be listening every afternoon for the FanDuel Fantasy Blitz. Brought to you by FanDuel.com, the leader in one-week fantasy football. Get your daily fantasy tips and updates right here every weekday afternoon. Then head to FanDuel.com to build your ultimate one-week fantasy team.
If you ever missed Karsh and Anderson on 97.1 The Ticket, you can always hear their highlights at Play.it, your new podcast network for best-in-class on-demand shows.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Hey, you can email us, mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com. We take all your emails and phone calls all weekend long. We have people in the office. Get that approval letter. Get a real approval letter. Find out the process through Z. There's quite a few steps along the way. And again, it's about documentation, understanding the process, and gaining knowledge. Let's go out to some calls here. In fact, we have some open lines. 248-539-9797. We've got Kevin from Farmington. Good morning, Kev.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
What's up, man? Good. How are you?
Good. Just wanted to actually call and thank you guys for helping us out when we needed. We had to get out of a rental and into a house. And the first house we looked at and we went and approved for and went to go sign for, we wound up not getting because there was a lien. So we were in a rush to get a house, and 3 weeks later we got one, and we closed on it right before we had to move out. So
awesome, man.
Good for you.
You guys totally helped us out. So.
Awesome. Thanks, Kevin. Where'd you guys buy? You guys bought it in Farmington Hills or Farmington?
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. So that was your first house?
Yeah.
Again, like just so you guys know, these calls aren't set up. I mean, Kevin's obviously a real client. Kevin, what I mean, just for the sake of BS, what made you really? What made you the happiest about the transaction besides getting the house out?
Actually, everything was done really quick.
Awesome.
Like we had to be out by the end of a month, and we pushed to get everything through and had all of our documents ahead of time. Got the approval letter ahead of time and everything. So
awesome, very cool.
Good for you. It's a great story.
Kevin, who took care of you, buddy?
Actually, it was Becky Alley.
Oh, Becky, super good girl. I mean, she's a great loan officer, good person. Yeah, she's super nice, and yeah, I mean, that's very cool, man. I'm glad to hear that, dude.
We like these stories.
So
yeah, it actually was about $10,000 less than the original house was too. So
awesome,
and more house.
Cool.
Good for you, Kev. Congratulations.
Cool, Thanks, man. Enjoy your weekend. Go to Home Depot and do some stuff around the house.
Go spend some money and now fix it up.
Yeah, we're doing renovation right now.
Very cool, buddy. Awesome, dude. Enjoy your weekend, dude. Later, man.
Yep. Bye.
You know what's nice about that? Kevin contributed to that too, getting all the paperwork to him in time, right?
Yeah.
To Becky in time and so forth. And that's important to let people know that they have to have all their ducks in a row.
Like everyone's, I can't stress this enough. I guess the theme of the show. Everyone's on the same team.
Yeah.
And my assistant Chanel, she's she keeps me organized and basically keeps me in check. Throughout the week, and just a great person. And we have a transaction right now. This is one of them. It's not with your office, unfortunately. Yeah. But she emailed the realtor on Monday. Said, "Hey, no one witnessed this purchase agreement. I need some. Someone has to sign. We need a witness." So then we get an email Friday at 3:00. What's the status of our closing from the realtor? Chanel's like, "Well, here's the email that I sent you on Monday. Mm-hmm. I need this purchase agreement signed. Someone had to witness it." Realtor responds back, "I wasn't there when they signed it." So, of course, I have to chime in because I'm a smart ass. I'm like, whoa, time out. You're the realtor. Right. You weren't there when your client signed the purchase agreement?
Who's advising them? Who's going through the contract?
So this person's just signing a purchase agreement randomly. You're their agent. You're representing them. You're protecting our buyer, our client. And you weren't there when they signed the purchase agreement?
Well, listen, you'd be surprised the contracts we get. I got a contract the other day that said purchaser will pay 3% of closing cost. Now,
purchaser will, not the seller.
Yeah, and then also it's 3% of closing costs. It should be 3% of purchase
price, right?
Of the purchase price.
Everything was wrong on it.
For
nice.
prepaid and closers. So I told my client, the seller, what they meant to be saying, and really she said, "Well, should we fix it?" I said, "Well, if you want to fix it, fix it." But
look, no one's perfect, but we are seeing quite a few of those type of things. Not to mention, hey, my clients had a walkthrough yesterday, and I don't want to talk about what was in this basement, but the word got back to me that there was cat feces and cat urine. Come on, listing agents out there. Make sure you go to the house and it's presentable for a walkthrough. Is that too much to ask? How about showing up for your appraisal meeting and meeting that appraiser with some comps?
And people.
We're not going to pick on realtors, though, Dave. Don't worry.
I appreciate it. But people do want to know what happens when you are about to close. We always set up the walkthrough right before, an hour before the closing, right? You walk through, and if there's stuff that, remember, appliances should be left. When people move, they do some damage. What can you do? Do you cancel the closing? Well, you don't do that. What you do is you take some money from the seller, hold it in escrow, and give them a certain time to get those things fixed.
Yeah, you can do that right at the closing table. And again, the mortgage bank doesn't necessarily need to know that stuff.
But
it doesn't. We don't even find out half the time.
But really, nip it in the bud, and you're right. Have the listing agent walk through it prior to. Make sure it's in condition. Don't take the light bulbs. Be
a human, right? Yeah, you act like a human and all that thing. Hey, more often than not, Dan, no doubt, people are getting some bad advice still. And again, not everyone out there always wants to tell the truth. So what happens is they get bad advice and then it blows up on them. Get things in writing. That's the key. Nothing verbal. Everything's in writing. writing, and especially in a real estate transaction, of course, always get a real approval letter. We talked about a real approval letter that's been run through the system. All right, tons to share with you. 248-539-9797. Let's go out to Joe in Sterling Heights. Hey, Joe, what's up?
How you doing, guys?
Good. What's up, man?
I'm just seeing possibly what my options are. I went through a divorce last year, and I have a condo that I have 2 separate loans on. I did a no money down type of loan back in 2006, and I owe approximately $95 on one, $25 on the second. So ballpark $120,000 on the condo, but of course it is not appraising for the $120,000.
Right.
And I've been able to refinance the main loan that for $95,000, but the second one, which is about $20,000-ish at 8.5. I'm trying to see if it's possible to roll these two.
No, you can't. There's nothing you can do with
loans
that.
into a conventional.
You can't.
No,
There's
you're
nothing you
underwater
can
on
do.
it. Yeah, no one wants that second mortgage. No one's standing in line for that second mortgage. You already owe you probably did a HARP loan on the first transaction, on the first lien, right?
Yeah, that's what I was able to
Right,
do.
but go back in time. Come on, 80-20 loan. You're buying at 0 down. You knew that rate on the second was higher. You sort of bought it with especially in 2006. Talk about maybe the worst year to purchase a home. But you bought it with the idea of what? That it was going to go up in value, or someone's talking into, hey, this is going to go up in value. You're going to be able to consolidate these 2 loans in the future. You can't yet, but you definitely have a great rate on the first. What did you end up doing with the first? What's your rate on that?
Yeah, it's 4.75.
All right.
So.
All right,
you're in good shape, man. There's nothing. I mean, you're in a good position.
Yeah, you bought it for 0 down. We like where you're at. Again, are you living there, or are you renting it out now?
Yeah, I am living there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, hopefully time will heal all of our wounds here. I mean, definitely homes have appreciated. 2006, you obviously spent a little bit too much that year. How close are you to having some equity? What are they selling for? Just curious.
About $115.
Oh, you're right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not too far away from making this happen. So, just hang in there maybe another year and you can probably consolidate the
And
two
I mean,
together.
and Jill, let's be honest. So your divorce is over now? You're through with it?
Correct.
Are you happier now? Let's be honest. Just
go there.
Just you and me talking, buddy.
Better place.
I'm with you, buddy.
Had to do it.
I'm with the same thing, man. Trust me. It's a happy place.
He might even take 10% on the second. He's so happy.
Joe, thanks for listening, buddy. I appreciate it.
248-539-9797. Alex, you said that. I didn't.
What? The 3 of us in this room.
Is it counted down to 100%?
I don't know.
Definitely great news to end last week was mortgage rates. I mean, they've been unbelievable all year long, and there was a little drop the previous week when unemployment numbers came out. Definitely on the quieter side. Columbus Day is Monday. The bond markets will be closed. So most of mortgage lenders, real mortgage banks like us at Capital Mortgage, we definitely have our rate sheet from Friday. We'll go ahead and move on to Monday. But rates are unbelievable. The key is gather your documents. If you're out there telling me you're shopping for a mortgage and you have some legitimate estimates from another company, then you would have those in writing. But if you don't, you don't really have anything.
Guys, here's the thing though. With the Dodd-Frank Act and all the new government oversight and all that, you're going to get the same deal, the same quote, within an 1/8 to 1/4 point and probably $500 in costs, no matter who you call. It doesn't matter. And go ahead, buddy.
Well, it comes down to servicing, right?
Yeah, well, that's exactly where I was going.
Yeah, and so people returning your calls, people doing the things they say they're going to do, and getting it done. Like the last caller, a couple calls ago, the guy said, "Hey, went to Capital Mortgage and got the things done right away in 3 weeks." I think he said.
Yeah, and here's the thing, man. It's just a matter of being honest. And as much oversight as there is, if you suck at your job as a mortgage banker, as a realtor, you're still going to hammer your clients somewhere or the other. You're still going to cost them money. And, I have another transaction in your office right now.
Yeah.
Guy called me and they had some crazy quote from another lender. I'm like, dude, it's not even close.
We got him back on the tracks?
Oh, yeah, I got him, of course.
All right. Hey, it's 9:26. You got to tune to the Hardcore Mortgage Show. We're up against a break. When we come back, all your calls.
We all know someone whose life has been affected by breast cancer. So Hungry Howie's had an idea. What if we give a little bit from what we sell every day to someone else who needs it more? This October, the pink pizza boxes are back. Once again, Hungry Howie's is fighting breast cancer with love, hope, and pizza. For every pizza sold, every story of strength shared, and every new Hungry Howie's Facebook fan, a donation will be made to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Since 2009, you've helped us raise hundreds of thousands of dollars. With your help, we're hoping to raise a whole lot more as we continue our commitment to the cause. We're not only obsessed with flavor, we're obsessed with making a difference. Order today and join us in the fight against breast cancer with love, hope, and pizza.
Hungry?
Howie! Sample comes with a 90-day order. Copays and deductibles may apply.
People who use urinary catheters are smiling. They called and got a free catheter sample pack of the new virtually painless catheters from Medical Direct Club. Call now and you can get your free catheter sample pack. 1-800-900-0285. These new catheters hurt less. You've never used catheters like this before. You'll receive the discreet pocket catheter for private use when you're not at home. The self-lubricating catheter for less pain and no mess. Some patients say it doesn't hurt at all. And the new polished eyelet catheter with virtually pain-free technology. It may reduce pain and the chance of urinary tract infections. For women, you'll receive the SpeedyCath compact catheter. About the size of lipstick, it fits right in your purse. Call now for your free catheter sample pack and free shipping. It will arrive with a 90-day supply, all at little or no cost to you. We'll even bill Medicare and your insurance for you. And if you don't experience less pain, we'll pick them up for free. Call 1-800-900-0285. That's 1-800-900-0285.
Menards has the sale that lets you save big on over 65,000 items. So get ready to save with an 11% rebate on everything. Now's the perfect time to stock up on everything you need for all your latest projects. Hurry in and save big with an 11% rebate on everything, including sale prices. That's savings on top of savings. Get everything you need with an 11% rebate going on now. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Think you're fat? You might just be bloated. Find out by calling now for a free trial of New Biotics, the new breakthrough that flattens bloated bellies fast. For a free trial, call 1-800-959-9644.
I used to be plagued by pot belly and constant bloating. After taking New Biotics, my belly flattened and continues to get flatter. My sense of bloating and discomfort is gone.
If you've got a big belly, you might not be fat. You might just be bloated. New Biotics is scientifically formulated with natural ingredients to flatten bloated bellies fast by cleansing pounds of rotting food and toxic sludge from your body. It even combats periodic heartburn and acid reflux. So just think how much better you'll look and feel. Think you might be bloated? Call now for a free trial of New Biotics and see how much flatter it makes your belly. You might be surprised. But hurry, call now for details while these free trials last. 1-800-959-9644. That's 1-800-959-9644. 1-800-959-9644.
Freed's where fashion feels so good.
I'm Ari Freed.
And I'm Dan Orman.
And we have two great reasons to revisit Freed's of Windsor.
That's right, Ari. First of all, your U.S. dollar is now worth around $1.35.
Right, Dan. And the second is our famous suit package, where you can buy a modern fit suit with shirt, tie, belt, socks, and even shoes, all for around $150 U.S.
So buy Freed's famous suit package online at Freeds.com, or we'll see you in the store.
Did you know there's more than one Las Vegas? There's the Strip with families on vacation and questionable odds. Then there's downtown Vegas, the original gambling and entertainment mecca. That's where you'll find the D Las Vegas. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Foundation Systems of Michigan. Head coach Mike Babcock now in Toronto at the Joe last night. Playing his old team, didn't work out so well. Red Wings blanked the Leafs 4-0. Justin Abelkader a hat trick. 19-year-old Waterford native Dylan Larkin scoring in his NHL debut, adds an assist. Jimmy Howard stops 21 shots. Major League Baseball playoffs, Mets, Cardinals, Rangers, and Royals, all winners. College football today at the Big House, 3:30 the kickoff on AM 950. WWJ, number 18 Michigan, 4-1 against number 13 Northwestern. Michigan has shut out its last two opponents tonight. At Rutgers, 2-2 Rutgers hosting number 4 Michigan State. The Spartans looking to go to 6-0. That kickoff at 8:30. From the 1-800 Call Sam Studios, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 971theticket.com.
You've got a question? We've got an opinion.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome
Welcome back to the show. It's 9:32. You're listening to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. That's 1-800-569-7283. Of course, live here in the studio, 248-539-9797. A beautiful day outside. I'm Harvey Fried, Alex Nafusi with Capital Mortgage. We bring in, as always, Dan Dubinsky with Skyward Realty in downtown Royal Oak. The master of that whole corridor, Dan. I know you guys have been busy you've been busy forever since those doors opened.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's been a great run. We've been there for about 11 years now, and we saw a little bit dips, adjusted, came back, and now in our area the prices are back to 2006. In some places they really are. So if we would have looked at it and had some hindsight, people just held on to their house and not gave them away, you'd be back where you're at right now.
Well, yeah, actually, Alex and maybe others are saying, hang in there, hang in there.
Who said that for years, man?
Right out the storm, yeah.
What? Yeah. Listen, dude, everything, what if you, I don't know what the difference between, walking from your house or dumping your entire portfolio is. Like in 2008.
Apple stock, right?
Yeah, dude, you want to talk about your Apple stock, Harvey? Or
no, that was sold years ago. I should have hauled on.
Sell it when it was low.
He sold it at 90. He thought it had peaked out. They were good to go. But here's the thing,
140 is good. I'm good. I'll cash out.
Here's the thing, man. It's like, if you ride through it, whether anything, any tough time in your life, right. If you ride through anything tough, it's going to get better, man. And all these people that were calling up and saying, I walked from my house, I bought this and it went down in value, so I had to walk away. Dude, what if you would have liquidated your entire portfolio in 2008?
Right, yeah.
As opposed to keep buying in 2008. You're up 150% right now. I'm sure someone's going to text me and say that's the wrong figure, but if you ride through that storm, you're in a 10 times better position. If you walk from your house in 11, 12, 13, you're going FHA right now, man. You're capped out at a $270 loan amount. You're going to pay PMI. If you just ride through it, it's going to get better, man.
Well, the key, of course, gaining knowledge about the process, whether it be an FHA mortgage, VA conventional. Hey, those rural development loans through USDA are fantastic. There's so many choices out there. Find the one that's best for you. It's not one mortgage fits everyone's situation. As you mentioned, Alex, we're getting those boomerang buyers, the people that are coming back. What did they do? They walked away. And that's okay. Hey, whatever their situation was, they have to deal with it. For most families, foreclosure, after 3 years, you can get back into it on an FHA mortgage as your first stop. So consider that. Again, if you had foreclosure in the past, you might want to become a homeowner again. Do it the right way this time. Don't go back and make the same mistakes. Maybe give us a call, Capital Mortgage. Sit down, get that knowledge behind you. Gaining the knowledge about the process is the key to everything. And again, finding out what your credit score is. That is offered once a year through annualcreditreport.com. And again, if you want to call a mortgage banker like us, we can run a real mortgage credit report, or go to this annualcreditreport.com for your once a year mortgage credit report. Again, whether you need to fix up your credit, maybe you need to save up some money. How about if you only have one credit card? It's difficult to build a high credit score if you don't have credit. It takes credit to get that good credit score. We'll show you a couple things you can do. And again, Alex, we have that additional software that we can run through and bump up someone's credit score by just giving them some advice on maybe lowering their balances and paying off some things.
It's great software, but it really comes down to managing your debt and managing how you spend your money on an annual basis. And it's one of the things you just got to grind through and pay attention to. And I have a lot of clients. I have another deal, surprisingly, with your office. We're off $6 a month, and we started the show with it. I'm like, listen, dude. if $6 a month makes or breaks you, you shouldn't be buying this house.
Well, I know you always tell the clients that, hey, they come in and say, what can I afford? And you say, well, you tell me. I'll give you a range, but you tell me what your lifestyle is all about. Do you eat out all the time? Do you have a country club you belong to? And that's great advice for these people, because some people are really house poor because it's all they spend their money on.
Well, look, you can't go in asking for $1,000 house payment because of the fact that you do want your home to appreciate. If the home goes up in value, your property taxes will go up in value, along with likely homeowners insurance down the road.
Well, homeowners is going up. I think everybody's going to get clipped. Something happened. One of my guys that sells homeowners insurance, something's going on with it. Everything's going up like 20%.
Oh, that's nice. That's great to know.
Yeah, that's right. And I haven't had a claim in 15 years, but
Well, luckily they do have the taxable value on your taxes, that it can go only up a certain percentage, and then when you sell it, the new homeowner will get a increased tax bill.
Listen, a house like anything, it's a responsibility. It's an investment, man. And but it's yours. Like my house, it's mine, dude. Like, it's my house.
Sure. What do you know? I mean, you just went through renovation with your bathrooms and stuff. You know that you're going to get the money out of that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But more importantly to me, and I tell my clients, it's for their lifestyle. It's that they enjoy it. You know, who knows how long you're going to be here? Hey, enjoy your life. Put a little bit of money into it.
Well, it's strong communities. It's getting the kids in the right school district where they're going to have friends and develop. And again, you have the library down the street, Alex. A lot of the cities, including Berkeley, where you're at, has become now one of the best cities to live in. Why? You got your lots of things going on right there. Hospitals near you, good school district, low property tax. I mean, we have some of the lower taxes really across the country here in Michigan. And to refinance a house, it doesn't cost a whole lot of money. Again, we were touching on credit scores. Credit is a big thing out there. I mean, it sounds like it's like a mystery. It's not a mystery, folks. Learn what it takes. You need credit. So you might have to start off with a secured credit card. That's good. Start off by just maybe making, adding maybe $100 or $200 a month, something that you can pay off at each and every month, and then get that credit limit bumped up as you demonstrate that you're able to pay in a timely fashion. I mean, that's the key. That simple step there, or give us a call at Capital, and we'll show you things that you can do to really get your credit score up. Not doing anything or just saying, well, we don't believe in credit. We pay with cash.
I don't want to hear it.
I still get that. It's 2015. We still get that. Look, if that's what your folks said to you, that's some great advice way back in the day, but it does take some credit. 248-539-9797. Yes, Dan.
Yeah, I was just saying about some of the best advice that I've heard from you guys and given some of our clients, Alex, is taking that 30-year down to a 15-year and knowing that the whole, what you want to do, the goal is to pay off your mortgage, right? And when people come in and they want to refinance and they can see what that payment does, sometimes it doesn't alter a whole lot, but they'll pay it off a lot quicker.
Also, next weekend, actually, Alex, unless we move some people around, we're either going to have some more information about families going through divorce and how it affects the mortgage. And then we also have an up-and-coming show, Reverse Mortgages. I just wanted to throw it out there. If you have some folks out there, you just might want to tune in the next week or two. We're going to try to figure out when we're going to do these shows. But in the next week or two, definitely a lot of information about situations if you currently are going through a divorce, what things you can do to make things go a little bit smoother.
It'll either be Brian Cohen with Reverse Mortgages or Sarah Allen with divorce and property settlements and all that.
So good stuff coming up. Hey, let's go to some calls here. Wait a minute here. This one says Otter Lake. Is this my Otter Lake? Hey, Ernie, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Where are you calling from? Which Otter Lake?
Otter Lake, it's north of Davison.
Oh, fantastic.
Northern Lapeer County.
Great. What's going on out there?
Well, I applied I went through my own mortgage lender, which is City Mortgage. I went through a couple others, even the one that's down the road from you guys. And, and I was out like $350 because I had to do an appraisal and everything like that. And I'm just wondering, why am I denied the HARP program? Why can't I get that?
It's a good question.
Why were you? What did they tell you?
I don't know. They don't. Nobody gives me any answers. They just tell me that I'm not qualified in the area that I'm at.
Well,
I don't know why.
All right, Ernie, is the loan backed by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac?
I believe it is. Yeah, I think it's Freddie Mac.
Okay, so is your credit good? What's the rest of the story? You have a job. Everything's good, right?
Oh yeah, I got a job. I've been working for the same job for 11 years. My credit's great. I can go into the bank and no problem. If I want to buy a car right now, I can just go in there and get a loan, no problem.
A lot of people can do that.
I would get it. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that I would get a really good interest rate.
I'm going to get. All right. First of all, what's the balance on the mortgage right now?
74.
And what do you think it's worth?
74.
Okay, that's okay.
Well, the thing is I know that I'm over my limit. I mean, we refinance because that's what everybody told us to do. And and I was up in debt with credit cards, and so we took out a second mortgage, which is an interest-only loan. So I wanted to combine them both together.
All right. Ernie, let me do this. There's a lot of action. Let me call after the show, and we'll get it taken care of for you, buddy. We'll figure something out.
Okay, can you call me like on Monday because I'm busy?
We hear you, baby.
I'm busy too, and I'll call you Monday, Ernie.
All righty, keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket. We're up against the bank. We'll be right back.
into Buffalo Wild Wings for happy hour specials from 2 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. $1 off all tall drafts, liquor, and wine. Plus $4 apps like the new street tacos, Southwest loaded chips, and roasted garlic mushrooms. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
The lowest tire price, period, isn't the only reason people come back to Bell Tire. Maybe it's because we have the best customer service. Maybe it's because we provide an installation package the competition can't match at any price. Or maybe it's just because people know they can count on us for all of their tire needs at the lowest tire price, period.
At Bell Tire, find all the top brand names in stock and ready for immediate installation. Get the lowest tire price, period, on great names like Michelin, BF Goodrich, Goodyear, Toyo, Mastercraft, and more. We can also perform alignments to help your tires last longer. And with our installation package, lifetime alignment checks are free, along with free lifetime flat repairs, free lifetime tire rotations, and more.
I guess there are a lot of reasons our customers keep coming back.
It's not your usual tire shopping experience. It's
Bell Tire,
the lowest tire price, period.
Bell Tire. With over 90 locations, we're in your neighborhood. For the Bell Tire near you, call 888-GO-BELL or log on to belltire.com. Hurry to Bell Tire today.
Don't you love that moment when the light goes on?
So, technically a tomato is a fruit instead of a vegetable? I didn't know that.
When all the pieces come together.
Oh, so Luke and Leah are brother and sister.
And you get that sudden spark of realization?
You mean I don't need to be a school teacher or a steel worker to join a credit union?
It's a common misconception, but millions of people across Michigan are discovering anyone can belong to a credit union. In most cases, you just need to live, work, or worship in the community where a credit union is located.
So to join, I just had to be me.
Last year, Michigan members saved over $226 million with lower fees and better loan rates. They also save with great discounts through our Love My Credit Union Rewards program.
You know, I think I'm going to love being a credit union member.
Yeah.
With lower fees and better loan rates, you'll realize too that the best place to do all your banking is at a credit union. It's time to own your money. Find out how at CULinkMichigan.com. Your connection to credit unions in Michigan. Credit unions are federally insured by the NCUA. Equal opportunity lender.
Two Broke Girls 5 nights a week presents Maxon Airlines Top 5 Blue Plate Specials.
5, the number of ponies I got for my 5th birthday. 5, the number of cigarettes I smoked on my 5th birthday. 5, the number of billions my father stole in a Ponzi scheme. 5, the number of beers my mom drank for breakfast.
5, the number of nights you can watch Two Broke Girls every week. And since you're home, pants are optional, like mine are now. Two Broke Girls.
Watch Two Broke Girls weeknights at 7:30 on CW50.
If this ticket were to give you a paper cut, you would be thankful. Many players refuse to scratch it purely out of respect. To honor it, party stores throw actual parties. It is the most ultimate game in the world. New Ultimate Millions from the Michigan Lottery with top instant prizes of $2 million, 25 chances to win, and over $70 million in total cash prizes. Play New Ultimate Millions from the Michigan Lottery and put some ultimate play in your day.
Stay lucky, my friends.
The Michigan Lottery is proud to present the first ever Veterans Day 50-50 raffle. It's a winner-take-all game with a portion of the proceeds going to the National Guard Association of Michigan. This raffle has it all. One huge jackpot that grows with every ticket sold and $25,000 weekly bonus drawings. So the earlier you buy, the more chances you have to win. Don't miss out on the new Veterans Day 50-50 raffle, only from the Michigan Lottery.
Bonus drawings are October 7th through November 4th. Get your ticket today.
Today, put on your maize and blue and head out to Ann Arbor's Pioneer Park for some Michigan tailgating with the 97.1 The Ticket Street Team and the Ticket Chick. 97.1 The Ticket's Pat Caputo and Kyle Bogey broadcast from 10 till game time. You can make a real difference in a student-athlete's life. Go to cbsdetroit.com/Student Heart Check and make a donation to 97.1 The Ticket's Student Heart Check program. Just $10 will pay for one young person to have a Beaumont cardiac screening to make sure their heart is healthy enough for sports. Go to cbsdetroit.com/Student Heart Check and help save a life.
We are Detroit Sports. 97.1 The Ticket.
All righty, welcome back. 946. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Hey, how about live in the studio, 248-539-9797. I'm Harvey Freed, Alex Nafusi with Capital Mortgage. Dan Dubinsky, Skyward Realty, downtown Royal Oak. Welcome aboard. If you're just joining us, we have open lines and we'd love to hear from you. Always great to save money when you're if you already are a homeowner. Take a look at refinancing, consolidating debt. And of course, Alex, one of the favorite things we love to do as mortgage bankers is look at a family and say, hey, how about if we take your mortgage and drop all these years off, all these payments, 60 months worth of payments. That could be, if it's $1,000 a month, maybe $60,000 in savings for you and get you that lower term. That's the key, folks. Refinance your house and drop to a lower term. That's what we're talking about. In fact, let's go on to some calls here. Colin out in Berkeley. What's going on, Colin?
Hey, I was just calling because my wife and I recently bought a house in Berkeley and last year, and we had to get some major renovations done to that basement, obviously, because of all that flooding.
Sure.
And then we are looking to possibly refinance because we got a mortgage via FHA.
Okay.
And so I'm just looking to, obviously, we want to get out of FHA to get rid of that PMI.
MIP.
But I don't. Yeah, whatever it's called. And then I wanted to see like what are the things we need to look for, or some things that I need to have.
So, Colin, just a couple questions, buddy. So, you want FHA just what, for the low down payment? There's no credit issues or anything?
No, there's no credit issues. There's just a low down payment. My wife and I are both paying student loans, so we didn't really have a whole bunch of fluid income.
That's okay. What street are you guys on? Where do you guys live? What street?
We're on Tyler, just north of 11.
Just north of 11. And what'd you buy the house for? What purchase price?
It was $144.
I mean, how many square feet is it?
It's 1,100, and then with the basement, it's another like 500.
Maybe like $160, $170. Is that what you're thinking, purchase or appraisal wise?
I think so. Yeah. Go
ahead, buddy.
Oh, I mean, I know Zillow is very inaccurate, so I don't know what that that would mean.
It's a nice house. I mean, if you redid the basement, I mean, you don't get a ton of equity for that.
And we put a whole new bathroom down there.
There you go.
Very cool.
Down there though.
Colin, here's the bottom line, man. I mean, had you called me a few years when you bought the house, I'd have done it, with a 3% down, no PMI transaction. So you'd take a little bit of higher rate, but we'd do 3% down. I'd buy you out of the PMI, and the payment overall would be less. You definitely have some options, man, for sure. As long as it's good credit. I mean, if you bought it for $140, so what do you owe $133, $134 right now, somewhere through there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
So I mean, you're paying you're paying $100 a month in PMI. I mean, what rate are you paying right now?
I think it's 4.25.
Yeah, I can probably keep you right around there, maybe mid 4s. Drop the PMI. I mean, it'll save you $100 a month easily.
Okay.
I'm in. Where do I sign up?
Yeah. Call. Like I said, I'm in Berkeley too. I'll call after the show and get it taken care of for you, buddy.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, thanks for the call. I mean, definitely, hey, Southeast Michigan, what a place to live. Prices have been on the rise. They're definitely moving in the right direction. Recently, Novi was voted one of the best places, hottest zip codes. Do you see that? Least amount of time on the marketplace. Also, other cities really touching that was Grand Rapids. They came in 35th, and Ann Arbor also came in at 34th. Southeast Michigan's a place to be, man. And last time I checked, we had a lot of fresh water, beautiful weather, 4 seasons.
You're so positive.
I am. Years ago, I used to make jokes about all the kids that were, hey, I'm moving to Chicago. I'm like, what's in Chicago? Hey, they're all moving back here now.
Back.
Yeah.
It's funny. I saw a girl I went to college with.
Remember those shows? We can replay those.
A girl I went to college with
Chicago
last night. She was in Chicago for 10 years.
Yeah, she's back.
Yep, they're back.
Why? What was so great about it?
Well, listen, I'm all for
We didn't have a downtown. Now we do? Is that it? Not yet.
I'm not quite going there.
Okay.
I love Detroit, but I can't really compare it to Chicago.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. But I mean, go ahead, buddy.
I was just saying that, they have this new speed train in progress for 150 miles an hour to Chicago and back now. So you could probably work there and live here.
Yeah, I mean, it's
okay.
Good place to raise a family. I like it here, man. I mean, I never did the Chicago, New York thing, but whatever.
Overrated. Hey, Tim, out in Harrison Township, what's going on, man?
Hello.
What's up,
Tim?
Man?
How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Well, I'm going through a thing, and I don't know what to do. Buying a house on land contract. The person I'm buying it from does have a mortgage. The bank knows about the land contract. They approved it. A month ago, I gave them $10,000 towards the balloon payment. 2 weeks after that, I got a letter from his bank stating that they want the principal, the balance of what he owed paid off by the 9th of this month, or they were going to start foreclosure the process by the 14th.
Yeah, you got to find a new house, dude.
Yeah, Tim,
I'm telling you
what
right
are you
now.
doing, man?
Tim,
Come
there's
on.
A land
Could
contract
I ask
is
you a question?
Maybe.
He wants me to continue making payments.
Oh, really? What a shocker.
What is the best advice besides
Tim,
I get another
Tim,
house?
dig it. Dig this, Tim. The guy owns a house with a bank. He hasn't made a mortgage payment in probably forever.
Why are you paying him?
Why?
He's not
Now you're
the
paying
bank.
him? You're not. You're gonna throw all your money out the window, including your 10 grand. Did you already give him this 10 grand?
Yes.
What's? Come on, man. We just start listening to the show this morning.
Tim, land
No.
contracts are not
And I
out
listen
there
to your
available
show
unless
every
you don't
weekend.
owe any
And you
money.
didn't call us, Tim. Tim, we got to straighten you out, man. Is there any way that you can go back and get your hands on that 10 grand?
No.
10 grand's
Harvey, yeah,
gone.
Harvey,
That's
he's-
gone.
All right. So, yeah, I would suggest you stop paying them. Don't go anywhere. You probably can squat there for a very long time. I just don't know how you're going to dock.
He's telling me that he's going to start eviction process.
Oh, good luck there.
Really? Okay, it's a land contract. So when a land contract basically makes him the bank, it's going to take him a year to get you out.
Yeah.
It's not like a rental where he
Well,
can get you out in 45
He'll
days.
be foreclosed on it before he could throw you out.
Yeah, the thing is, the bank has the power there. The land contract means nothing.
Man. Maybe you can go to that. You know what, Tim? I don't know. This is definitely something you got to call off the air. Maybe you're going to have to get in touch, and we'll follow up with you. Maybe you're going to have to get in touch with that bank. I don't know what they were thinking or you were thinking. It sounds like a disaster from the get-go. And again, if more and more people are listening to the show, please call us so we can tell you what not to do. And this would be one of the things not to do. But definitely we'll try to give you some better advice outside of this phone call. Thanks, Tim. 248-539-9797.
I've never said this in 15 years of being on the air.
What?
You guys know how mad I get about not paying on time and
Yeah.
sign a contract. Dude, if the guy that Tim bought that house from on the land contract isn't paying, screw him, man. That guy's trying to screw Tim.
Oh, he's trying to royal.
Tim, I
Listen, a legitimate
pay him
land
a dime.
contract is only available when there's no money owed on the house. There is zero liens on the house.
Well,
that's a legitimate
here's
land
the thing,
contract.
yeah.
Otherwise, it's
The
not a
other
land
bank didn't
contract.
agree. He's saying the other bank agreed. There's no way they know.
Here, the guy that owns the mortgage right now,
Yeah.
owns the house,
Yeah.
said the bank agreed to
Yeah,
it.
exactly. He's a lying sack of.
There's a due on sale clause. So
Exactly.
if you sell your house, transfer it to a land contract. Transfer
You
to a
got
land
it.
contract. It activates a due on sale clause.
If anyone comes to us and says they want to do a land contract, or I see a land contract, the terms offered, you go right to public record and you see is there a mortgage on that property.
There's no way that bank agreed,
No.
and plus the guy was behind on the payments. If you're forking over 10 grand, 5 grand, 1,000, if you're listening to some clown and you don't get some professional advice, this is what happens. And look, it
It
angers
was a
us.
scam. It was a scam.
And it angers us. We want to do right by the guy. Anyways, he'll have to start all over. Hey, we have some open lines. 248-539-9797. Let's go to Brad in Monroe. Hey, Brad, what's up?
Yeah, I bought my first house here in June. Had 20% down, about an 800 credit score, but I had to take a 5-to-1 ARM because of student loan debt, and I'm on income-based repayment. I'm wondering, and I'm making sure I pay extra on the loan each month. Basically, I'm paying about 2 extra payments per year. I'm wondering if at the end of that 5 years, if I'm still a good boy and I build up equity, I'll still have the student loans. Will I have options to maybe, avoid that interest rate going up in year 6?
Yes, you definitely will, Brad. And it's a great question. And thank you for the call. I guess my only concern about this is that when you take an ARM, you have to qualify at the fully indexed rate. You have to qualify at the higher of the rate. So if somebody put you on an ARM and told you that they had to do it because you had student loan debt, quite frankly, they were lying to you, or
Maybe
they were just
unless it was
wrong.
a 10-year, maybe a 10-year they qualify at the start rate.
Brad, unfortunately, we're out of time, but I'll clarify the show. The answer to your question is yes. We get you back to a 30-year fixed. We'll lock that rate in and we'll get it taken care of for you, man. Absolutely.
All right, thanks for the call, Brad. Ends another version of the
Brad.
Hardcore Mortgage Show. Want to thank all the callers that called in. Hey, be sure to call Capital Mortgage if you didn't get into the show. 1-800-LOW-RATE. That's 1-800-569-7283. We've got Kyle Bogey and Pat Caputo out in Ann Arbor. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket. Also, a quick shout out to all those homecoming people and a salute to the West Bloomfield football team as another victory. All right, keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket. We'll see you next Saturday.
The preceding was a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
The Planet Fitness Black Card isn't your run-of-the-treadmill kind of membership. With it, you get all the great stuff you always get at Planet Fitness, like tons of cardio and strength equipment, helpful staff,
Welcome to Planet Fitness.
and clean locker rooms. But on top of,
Welcome to Planet Fitness.
you also get unlimited guest privileges. Hey, buddy. Unlimited fitness training.
1 and 2.
Access to any club.